Hello everyone, my name is Ana Dias. In this video, I am going to give you an introduction to the basic features of how inventions are evaluated with IP Score 3.0. IP Score is a tool developed by the Danish Patent Office and adapted and distributed by the EPO. It allows users to evaluate patents, technologies, and research projects. The latest iteration brings with it a notable evolution: transition to a Microsoft Excel-based platform. This shift to familiar and widely used software makes IPScore available to a wide range of people in a user-friendly way. To start using IPScore 3.0, go to epo.org/IPScore and download the tool. This is the Start worksheet in IPScore. It gives an overview of all the contents of the Excel workbook. You can use this worksheet to navigate to any input category, output chart, or instructions. Alternatively, you can select each worksheet at the bottom of the screen. Before starting to evaluate a patent, please define the business area to which the invention is relevant to make sure the evaluation criteria are assessed consistently. Finally, to start the evaluation, click on A, Legal Status. In this worksheet, you can change the name of your patent. IPScore 3.0 allows you to evaluate up to 25 patents. However, only 11 are displayed by default. If you want to display all patents, please unhide columns N to AA. You can then start answering the evaluation questions. Column B provides explanations to all questions, providing further insights into their meaning and background. Most questions in IPScore can be answered by clicking on the relevant cell and using the drop-down menu, which shows predefined answers. Each answer is rated on a point system, with 5 being the best possible answer and 1 the weakest. As you answer each question, the cell in question will turn a shade of blue, providing a visual representation of its position on the rating scale. The answer corresponding to 5 points will turn the darkest shade of blue, and the answer corresponding to 1 point will turn the lightest shade. This helps you visually identify invention strengths and weaknesses. As you answer each question, you can use the comments field to note any assumptions made during the evaluation. Once you're done answering all the questions in A, legal status, move on to the next input category. You can do this either by clicking Next category at the bottom of the worksheet or by selecting it at the bottom of the workbook. All input categories have a similar layout. Most questions are answered using the drop-down menu, but some in categories B, C, and D require a numerical entry. You are asked to enter specific values instead of selecting the closest from a predefined list, improving the precision of the evaluation. Questions D1 to D4 are examples of this type of questions. They are distinguishable by a dark gray background. To answer them, simply enter the desired numerical value. This will then be ranked on a rating scale according to its relative position within predefined limits. The cell will turn the color that matches this rating. After answering all the questions in input categories A to E, you can then move on to the financial results worksheet. Here, please enter the key financial results from the company accounts, the appropriate depreciation period, the definition of the business area, and the discount factor. The net present value of the patented technology will then be calculated and appear in row 28. Now, let's take a look at the output from IPScore 3.0. The radar profiles represent the core of IPScore's qualitative evaluation. You can access this in the Output Radar Profiles worksheet. They display the results of the evaluation undertaken in the worksheets in categories A to E in 5 radar charts. The charts position the score of each assessment factor, so the lowest score, 1, is shown close to the center and the highest score, 5, is on the perimeter. In the Output Financial Results worksheet, you'll find two charts relating to the monetary valuation of your projects: the patent accounts chart and the comparison of a net present value slash points chart. The patent accounts chart is a projection of the financial effects generated by the patented technology within the defined business area entered in the financial results category. There are three graphical elements in the patent account: a blue line indicating the patented technology's effect on the company accounts, a green column representing the profits in the business area without the patented technology, and a red column representing total business area profits when implementing the patented technology. The comparison of net present value slash points chart makes it possible to set selected patents in the portfolio side by side. It compares patent scores in categories A to D and their net present values. Each assessment factor in IP Score 3.0 represents a risk or an opportunity, or both, or neither. There are three outputs that relate to risk and opportunity: the risk factors table, the opportunity factors table, and the opportunity risk matrix. We'll take a quick look at each of them. The risk factors table can be found in the risk factors worksheet. The risk factors are selected assessment factor results. A low score shows high risk, and a high score, all things considered, is equal to a lower risk. Your answers to the questions correspond to these assessment factors, and the scores associated with them are considered in this table. The lowest scores, that is, the assessment factors that constitute the higher risk, are shown in dark gray. The opportunity factors table can be found in the opportunity factors worksheet. It follows a similar logic to the risk factors table. The highest scores, in other words, the assessment factor that constitute the greatest opportunity, are shown in dark green. Finally, the opportunity risk matrix can be found in the Output Opportunity Risk Matrix worksheet. This shows the relationship between opportunity and risk factors in the IP score evaluation. It provides a visual representation of the risk opportunity position of each patent. The horizontal axis shows the patent's opportunity score as a percentage of the highest score achievable for this factor. The higher the percentage, the greater the opportunity. The perpendicular axis, downwards, shows a patent's risk score as a percentage of the highest achievable score. The higher the percentage, the higher the risk. The matrix is divided into four quadrants with different characteristics. The lower right quadrant represents the high risk and high opportunity quadrant. Inventions in the other three quadrants score lower on either of these two dimensions. Company portfolios typically have inventions distributed over several quadrants. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching and have a great day.